Oye Inafienya. Oye, how are you doing? And we're just about to go straight into Showbiz this week. 055-1111-997. That's our WhatsApp line, 055-1111-997. I know if you don't hear Ochame Kwame's rap on this one, you'd kill me. So we'll definitely do it, don't worry. GQ, powered by DJ Obete. Big ups to them. Tuned in and enjoying the high life tunes. So for Empon Sankeke, for Swetal, you guys, for Emanuela and Ajoyede. Aye, something from Kofi Ntirak here. Kofi Dia Flores won't be bad. Kofi B of blessed memory. This man is having a ball. Hi GQ, indeed Apietus is a gem of our time, a legend of back then and still relevant till date. He needs to be learnt as a subject, never a dull moment, and a happy birthday in advance to yourself, man. Tom Breezy, aka Tom Brown. Hey, hey. And she's in the house, looking all fly. Noella Karen Yale.
Hello.
Noella.
Yeah, I know. You
People want to know, where do you go after the show?
Nowhere. I go home.
Okay.
I go home.
Let me rephrase the question. Where do you come from?
I come from the house. I come from the house.
You've even confused the microphone.
The microphone is trying to be stubborn.
Yeah, you've confused the microphone. You've confused the microphone. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. You sure it's safe?
Yeah, it's okay. It's fine.
So tell us, what's in Showbiz this week?
Okay, so let's begin with the Director for Creative Arts at the National Commission on Culture, Socrates Safo, who has advised Ghanaian musicians not to only focus on selling, their music digitally, abandoning the traditional way, which is the selling of CDs. And according to him, there's a bigger market for CDs than the various digital platforms musicians, subscribe to. And also, he believes that digital platforms only exist to make money off musicians. And he spoke to Andy Dusty on Hits FM.
We have killed something that is practically profitable to something that is not ripe. Example, let's say a cocoa farmer. You have your cocoa seedlings, and then you said, because I have planted cocoa, which is not ripe, you go and cut your plantain farm elsewhere. That is what I was referring to, that we have this CD market going, which was working well. There was nothing wrong with it. The problem with it was the distribution challenges that we could have fixed. Because if you give your songs to Quaye to sell for you at Scatamanto, there was no system that you can check Quaye. So musicians or those who were producing the music or the owners of the rights who were giving their songs or their works to these distributors were having challenges in getting their money back, not as if the thing was not selling. So instead of we checking that anomaly in the system, we abandon it.
And he had Socrates Sappho there. But his comment, George, sparked, reactions from his fellow showbiz critics. Now, while Quaye agreed with him, Three Music boss Sadiq Abdullahi thought otherwise. Listen.
CD sales has, as at now, considerably gone down by 74, according to RIA, 74.2%. It tells you that it's on the descendancy. It's facing out. So everybody had begun to now leverage what has become the thing. Now, this argument about whether, CD sales is profitable as against is two things. You can't draw the parallels. Every generation and their own thing. You can't draw the parallels. So, for example, if Stonebwoy's CD, for instance, is 30 CDs for Aulanga Junction, if he sells it for 30 CDs, he has 15 songs on it for the 30 CDs. I get it that for the likes of Quaye and Socrates, who are still stuck to that lifestyle,
which
right?
lifestyle?
The CD sales, that when they were selling the CD sales, they had, upfront money. But when I sell the CD, and you want to make, even if you want to draw parallels, you break it down because streams is on the basis of the song, per songs, after 30 seconds of the songs. So if I buy the Somebody's album for 30 CDs, if there are 15 songs on it, break it down to the 15 songs. This is me not even looking at it holistically in terms of production of the songs and everything. Break it down. When you break it down, you will probably have about 30 CDs, 15 songs. Like how many? 2 CDs per song.
There is still also a chunk of market which in years was yielding huge revenue to musicians. But then in our haste to jump onto the digital platforms, we have abandoned that market, which was providing much more or less like a quick, already made money, quick money into the pocket of artists. Because with digital infrastructure, like Sadiq knows, you need to wait for 3 months of promoting a Quaye Media, 6 months, as it is now. We are just spending. And then maybe by December before somebody will print you a statement and say maybe you have sold $600 or $700. But then in those years, by this time, my shop can't to by this time, I can tell you that by this time I shall be able to sell 20,000 copies of the Famisi album. And that's what he is saying. There's a lot of sense, there's a lot of reason in it. I'm a product of it.
And he had artist manager, showbiz critic Quaye and Three Music boss Sadiq Abdullahi reacting to what Socrates had to say about musicians focusing only on the digital market, abandoning the traditional way of selling music, which is CDs. But the panel right here on the show will be delving deeper into this conversation. So you want to stick and stay and listen. So away from that, can we talk about comedian DKB, George?
Oh yes. He was here last week.
This week he announced his retirement from his profession as a comedian on Twitter. So in the tweet he said he was retiring because he was tired of the backlash he received from the general public and some industry persons like yourself. Then I'm just saying.
Okay.
So let me read the exact thing he tweeted. So he says, quote, "I'm retiring from comedy. I'm tired. Enough of negativity and disrespect. I didn't kill anyone. I just make people laugh. So why the insults in return? My mental health is important to me. So so-called fans also don't show love publicly. I've lifted Ghana comedy, done my part." End of quote. But quite interestingly, he rescinded his decision the next day, claiming it was a prank. So I spoke to him on Hits News at 1 on Hits 103.9 FM to get some clarity. You want to take a listen to him?
Twitter went on a rampage, suspending Twitter accounts. And they themselves have come out with a press release that they are going to release all those accounts gradually. So I had to fall back on my alternative account, which had very little following. And I believe that I mean, some good stakeholders, bloggers, journalists were also following. And I mean, I post positive things about me on there. It doesn't make any headlines. So, I mean, out of curiosity, I said, okay, let me tweet something that looks like negative news, that looks like something tragic. And I decided to put out that tweet. But to be honest, the content of the tweet came from my heart, because as a person myself, the public response I receive for so much work I do for comedy. I mean, I'm tired of all the insults against me and all of that, but I'm not ready to retire.
But one would say, DKB, if you wanted that message out, you could have simply tweeted that, I'm tired of the insult.
It won't go anywhere.
You didn't have to add the retirement.
It won't go anywhere. I know the scope I'm dealing with. It won't go anywhere.
So in essence, you tweeted that in particular for attention.
I wouldn't say attention, but to see if my new page was being paid attention to by the journalists, by the bloggers, just so I could sort of trap them. Now, as it blew out of proportion, majority of the general public were happy about it.
We're happy that you're retiring.
Oh, madam, all the websites that published the story, go and check the comments. So happy. Oh, was he even ever a comedian? I'm so glad he's taking his giant jokes away. What did I do to deserve all this? 100 comments, 90 were happy I was retiring.
But DKB,
it's sad.
One would say, isn't this an opportunity for you to probably look within and look at what you're probably doing wrong?
And what am I looking within?
Because, I mean, 1 or 2 or 3 people can be negative, but if you're saying that 90% of your tweets, could all the 90% be wrong? So
they could have been right over the fact that I did a virtual comedy show when there was no comedy show, therefore it's wrong. They could have been right that I did a year of return comedy night when there was no comedy in the year of return, so they could be right.
They crack on and say he's not retiring. It was a prank. You know, to trap, you know, the bloggers, the journalists, the industry people like Uncle Ken that follow him. Okay, what do you think?
No, you see, I had the pleasure of DKB being in this studio
last week, yeah.
And then I felt that DKB was so emotional. And could not handle issues. I was surprised because I was of the opinion that DKB, having evolved all this time, would have been cool because he loves taking pot shots at people.
Yeah.
If you, for some strange reason, I get most of his videos on my timeline to watch, and he's always taking pot shots at people.
Okay.
So if you are doing that, you should expect.
Yeah, should be able to taste your own better medicine. Yeah.
But if he says that, because people also go at him, as for him, because of that he's retiring. Please.
And the gods are not to blame.
No.
Will I root me right, and I quote.
Yes.
He that pelts others with stones expects rocks in return. Unquote.
I'm surprised at him.
Of yours from a Charterhouse perspective?
Oh, no. It is not. It is from a DKB perspective. Because I agree with what Uncle Ken is saying. Look, and for a comedian, you should be ready to take everything people throw at you and turn it into a joke. And that is what's going to make you fly high.
Yes.
You understand? But again, they say, you know, we don't know how it feels in the shoes. Sorry, I'm a gun. In moments like these, I remember I'm a gun.
What's the name of the short American comedian, the black boy?
Oh, Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Kevin did an amazing concert with Let Me Explain.
Yeah.
So every time he's faced a major issue in his life, he's done something fantastic.
Yeah.
And one of his best concerts was Let Me Explain.
Yeah.
Where he was trying to explain how his wife caught him and how he survived the debate and his best friend betrayed him.
Yeah.
So you could do something fantastic with it. And I also remember the comedian, one of the Ghanaian comedians, the one who's trending now, Obi, yeah. The backlash with the Mahama.
Exactly.
And I went for his concert at the AMA Center. And he spent time piggybacking on the insult.
Exactly.
So you're right.
I got a call from Funny Face sometime during the week. And guess what?
What?
I am coming back into stand-up comedy. And I said, oh, really? You have material? He said, George, everything I've been through is too much material. And I've put it all together, and it's going to be the most explosive stand-up comedy show GH ever saw. And this is Funny Face. So you heard it here for the first time on
I really
Showbiz
do hope
A.
that he was only joking.
Yeah.
And like he says, he was doing this for trends.
Yeah. Nola, before you go.
DKB is talented.
Yeah, he's good.
He's very good. And I don't think that we should be ready to accept
I like him
leaving the scene.
Yeah.
No.
I have a song for DKB. When you finish Showbiz this week, I'll play it
you
for
play,
him.
huh?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. But away from that, rapper Kwakese is also calling for a debate between ex-president John Dramani Mahama and President Akufo-Addo. I guess he took inspiration from the Biden-Trump debate, which I totally love.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved Trump, even though he was very interruptive, but...
Don't do it all.
Now, he made this note in a video he shared on Instagram, and basically he says, there's a need for electorates, Ghanaians, for that matter, to be educated about what we stand to gain as a country with either President Akufo-Addo or ex-President John Dramani Mahama. I brought you sound excerpts.
Ghana for winning the President Nanado and ex-President Mahama for debate. We for make it happen. Because, Charlie, we they sit here, we they watch what they go on. For some time now, Abain we be ban we be diko. Abain we ban we be diko. This government go can talk, and we they make fun of it. See here more things they happen. Western Togoland, Saudi way a serious thing where you go fee escalate. We for make one eye day ground. Mama yenin daho. And whoever the next government is going to be, if President Nanado is still going to be the president, we for know what is on the table for us. If there's going to be a new president, we for know. So these people for sit down and debate. We for know what is on the table for us. And yes, Charlie, you better now Ghana na yeni idea. You better now we be diko. We buy billions of dollars a wobobo. So in
essence, George, we for make one eye day ground.
But we for know what they inside for us. But it's in the manifestos. We know what they inside.
I think maybe he wants the back-to-back, a debate.
You see, when people talk about debate, then I ask myself, is it only President Akufo-Addo and ex-President Mahama that are contesting? Don't we want to know a third force or fifth by allowing everybody to be part of a debate?
Uncle Ken, in all honesty, the answer to your question is yes. It's only the two of them.
Oh. But George, you see,
Uncle Ken,
we could hear some. Do you remember there
Uncle
was
Ken,
let me
every 4 years. Then we hear from people zero.
Let
one,
me remind you
yes,
about
please go
a
ahead.
particular debate that occurred, and the person that came out excelling in that debate was Abu Sakara.
Yeah.
Of the CPD.
Yeah.
Am I lying?
Yeah.
He was fantastic.
He was fantastic with what he had to tell us.
Yeah.
But then the question is, did we listen to him?
We had him. If we didn't listen, you won't remember.
We had him?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We had him. Was that not the one that Yariga was coughing? Was it
no.
No.
It was the one before.
Okay.
Yes.
So we've had coughers and we've had...
So we need to give other people the chance to come and tell us what they can do.
Yeah.
Otherwise...
Even if they tell you, will you vote for them?
Otherwise, it's predictable.
If they tell you,
if you are
even if they tell you, will you vote for them?
If you are NPP, President Mahama is not going to change your pattern of...
So what's the point of the debate
exactly.
And the same thing, Uncle Ken, the same thing, you sitting here, if Ivor Green Street should come and tell you the best thing to do for this Ghana, you will still vote for Nanado.
Ivor is very good at debate. If you've noticed.
Will you vote for him?
Well, it's today a ballot box.
Will you vote for him?
I don't know.
Go ahead.
I hear him.
Anyway, guys, you're logged on to Joy 99.7 FM. This is Showbiz This Week, and what we do right here is to bring you a wrap of your most topical stories, stories that trended throughout the week. We bring everything to you in a wrap. And so, yeah. That said, time now for international stories. Nicki Minaj is officially a mom, guys. But my eyes have seen my ears. Never did I ever imagine her as a mother.
Yeah.
And she gave birth to a beautiful, child with her husband Kenneth Petty in Los Angeles on Wednesday. Now they tied the knot last October and announced she was pregnant in July.
Super.
I mean, exactly on July 20, with an Instagram picture of herself cradling her baby bump. So congratulations to her. But while Nicki is a mom, Chrissy Teigen and John Legend have lost their child following pregnancy complications. The couple, announced on their social media accounts. So Teigen is a model, a TV personality, and she was taken to Cedars Sinai Medical Center on Sunday after revealing that she had been on bed rest actually, and bleeding for a little less than a month. So basically, her placenta was very, very soft. She has 2 kids, and with all the 2 kids, she had them via IVF, in vitro fertilization. And so this one was like a natural one. She didn't do IVF, and she had some pregnancy complications. So she tweeted, or she posted a statement on her Twitter. I'm going to read excerpts of that statement. She says, "We are shocked and in the kind of pain you only hear about, the kind of pain we had never felt before. We were never able to stop the bleeding and give our baby the fluids he needed, despite bags and bags of blood transfusions. It just wasn't enough. We never decide on our baby's name until the last possible moment after they were born, just before we leave the hospital. But we, for some reason, have started to call this little guy in my belly Jack. So he will always be Jack to us. And Jack, we worked so hard to be a part of, for you to be a part of our little family, and he will be with us forever." So yeah, basically that's the sad news.
All right, Noella. So thank you very much.
Thank you too. But before I go,
yes. Chelsea will be in the train. Chelsea will be in the train. Jesse will be happy because they won. They beat Crystal Palace 4-0. And they got 2 penalties, I hear. Meanwhile, if it was Man United that got penalties, the whole world would be crying.
Yeah.
I said, Man U, they don't deserve penalties.
The penalties Chelsea had did not even go to VAR.
I don't
As for you, your penalties go to VAR.
But Uncle Ken, VAR, why? Does it belong to my father? Isn't it a part of the game? Are we the ones that implemented it?
Show how clear Chelsea's penalties were.
It shows how VAR shows how clear the other penalties are.
Okay, chillax. Okay. Everton is trending, not Chelsea, so we can say bye-bye to the argument.
They're winning.
Everton is also winning 4-1. That their game is, they are trending now because their game is current.
Okay.
The Chelsea game was earlier.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they haven't lost a game this season.
Yeah.
Okay. Pope John is trending. You have any reason why? Does it have to do with
maybe national size and mouse quiz.
Okay.
Have they been Gascolas?
Shout! I almost say shout to Gasco and Boche.
Yeah.
They lost. Okay,
No.
Pope John.
Boche did not lose. Let me explain it to you. Listen.
So yeah.
By the way, congratulations to the Blow Boys. Yeah.
Of course.
Not even good.
Mr. Japan, congratulations. Yeah, congratulations.
So yeah, guys, that's your for
Babuche did not lose.
Showbiz.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll see
you wish.
Yeah, Babuche did not lose. All right, Noella Kariale, thank you very much. That's Showbiz this week. We got some LPMs, but I did promise that I have a song for DKB. And look, those of you judging him, don't judge him. You don't know what he feels inside.
Sir, I want you. You get mad?
Mad. Shad. Confirm. Yes.
In this case, comedy, we can't take it no more.
No, we can't take it no more. Give me money, woman. Give me money, woman. You give me. After half, I take on the girl with some.
It's Showbiz A to Z.
Then we go back and we go talk to Blossom and she got left me turn on one and I run. Searching for a girl and we couldn't get none. When we find one to tell me have a pay done. Now we confused and we lose it all and I'm going to come back and go and you keep going. Lord, we can't take it no more. Give me money, woman, you give me before. Lord, we can't take it no more. God, I'm crazy.
that.
I love this station.
Showbiz A to Z is proudly brought to you by MTN. Choose your own bundle your own way with MTN Flex Bundle. Just